think the expectations sometimes, after you've been with peers for a long time and you've discussed issues and how things would change, and then when you actually get in the leadership position, it may be a little different. So I think it was making sure everyone understood that we were not just business as usual, that we needed to take it to a different level. And sometimes that meant that maybe the decision was going to be different than what was expected. I think the most rewarding part about is also kind of about the same thing, things that had been discussed as peers. Now I was no longer in the trenches, so to speak, with them, but able to be standing on the sidelines and be able to throw the rope and pull someone up, so to speak. So I think it's good to know some of the issues and now be in a position to be able to do something about them for our student athletes and for our coaches and administrators, and I think that was very rewarding. I think the fact that for so long you had talked about things and heard about things that and you think about how you would solve it when you get into that position. But I think that them knowing that I know how they felt because I've been there with them, even if it took longer than it was expected, it was very, very helpful, and they were very appreciative because they knew that I understood the problems and that I was ready to take them on and help transition it into something positive. I think I would have made sure that everyone understood that even though I had been here a long time, that things don't happen overnight. So I think that there were lots of, not lots, but there were several things that had been some areas of improvement that we had hoped to make for some time. And so I think there was this expectation that, good, she's in the position now and it'll just change. And I learned, and they learned, that often it does not work like that. And it's really true what they say about until you really get in the chair, that you really don't understand it until you get in the chair. And it does take a little bit longer than that. I think the biggest piece of advice I would give to an internal candidate is to pretend that you are not an internal candidate. I think to think that you already know all the issues, that you already know what to do, that the people that are interviewing you already know you, no matter how many years you've been there, is an approach that you should not take. I think that you should research more about the university. I have learned over the years that even with different leaders, that although I've been here for a long time, I've discovered things about the university and about athletics that I didn't know. So I think it's really important that you make sure that you go into it like it's a brand new university, like, making sure you understand the culture, ask questions about what the culture is, make sure that the leadership knows what your vision and what your goals are, and so that it's not assumed, so that if you do get in the position, that you're really following what you thought and that they're getting what they thought they were getting. He is just a proponent of helping other people reach their goals. And I think once that I let him know that I was interested in being an athletic director, he went out of his way to say, how is she being prepared? How is she, to take on this role if this is something that she decides to do down the road? I had actually talked with him at a time when I was kind of at a crossroads where I was thinking of maybe leaving UMKC for, another position. And I was just getting his feedback as to if he even felt that I was somebody that would be considered even for, an interim position. And he let me know that, he does a succession plan every year and ask his leaders who do they think would be the next one to take over their job. And I've noticed that since that time, now that I'm in that position, we do that where we talk about who in our department is ready to take the next step. And if they're not, how can we better prepare them to take the next step?